have the lead, right? You're maintaining it, you're watching your fuel and stuff like that, but then being able to navigate yourself back to the front of the pack when you're there.
Yeah, again, I think it's definitely confidence inspiring. It helps me to just continue to build my bag of tools for how to super speedway race well. I think a big thing going into the manufacturer switch is showing people, especially all like my teammates with Austin Hill and with Kyle Busch with the Alliance, but also all the Chevrolet drivers to know that I'm not a weapon, I'm not a unknown variable, that I'm a solid guy to draft with and race with, and I think that's going to pay dividends throughout the race. Obviously, in the last 5-10 laps, it's anybody's race and you got no friends, but I still think to be in a good position for pitting with the Chevrolet teammates and things like that, it definitely has hopefully boosted my qualities enough to where people know that we can work together well and hopefully manage the race from there.
And on the family side, real quick, little brother Carson's got a good deal for the O'Reilly race in the 30 car. How excited are you for him to be able to reach a deal like that? Obviously, with some good backing, they got a good car, good points too. They'll be in the show on Saturday for sure. But overall, how excited are you for him? Obviously, got that late model win last year and was able to have this opportunity. So.
No, it's beyond exciting. He's actually had a pretty big offseason. He got engaged. I'm pretty sure that's public knowledge, but got engaged. He moved back to North Carolina, him and his fiance. So he's going to be doing, I think, 8, 9, 10 races in Xfinity. Got a pretty robust super late model and pro late model program going, and obviously, it was really cool to see like what Carson and Luke Baldwin did, helping win that owners championship in the Cars Tour with the pro late. So really excited to kind of not just focus on our top tier Cup Series program, but also building our short track grassroots racing program. And I think as he continues to get a lot more consistency time now, I'm excited to see what my little brother can do. Now that he'll be a regular mainstay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother.
Yep.
How has Rick Ware Racing changed since you got there years ago to where it is now?
Yeah, I mean, I was talking about that over there when we're getting interviewed. It's even from 5 years ago, it's really a night and day difference. And it's been a slow burn. We've always talked about, hey, like we're going to slowly but methodically reinvest and build the program. And there's a lot of times where that happened a lot slower than everyone thought it was going to happen, and even a lot slower than we wanted it to happen. But one of the big things for this offseason for us was having the permanent charters is a really big financial solidifier for us to be able to know that we have that locked in. It gives us a lot more freedom and flexibility and confidence to continue to reinvest not just into our Cup program, but in motorsports as a whole. And so that was a big part of our decision to make our switch to Chevrolet, step up our alliance with RCR, and just super excited about that. And I think definitely really proud of what's happened. I know we're still on the grind up to the top, but I think we've made a lot of progress, and 2026 is definitely going to be an important year to keep that rolling.
Do you think that switch to Chevrolet is going to help a lot this year?
I think so. I mean, from what I've seen, I only have a couple times on the racetrack between the North Wilkesboro test, a quick flash at Bowman Gray, and 50 minutes of practice here at Daytona. But I think from what I've seen in the race shop at RCR, being at the tech center, seeing how the cars are being built and the support we're really getting from Chevrolet and RCR has been very positive. And so, I think this is going to be a year where we've got to start to improve on some of the things that we missed the mark on last year, and just keep the positive momentum.
Out of the 3 drafting tracks, Daytona, EchoPark, Talladega, do you have a preference on any 3 of those, or are they pretty much the same?
I'd say here, I've typically have the most success and the most fun here. I think they're all pretty much the same. Atlanta is kind of its own little tough cookie, but I'd say Daytona here is probably my favorite, especially kicking off with the 500.
How much, we're going to EchoPark Speedway next week, how much of an effect do you think how much it's aged in the past 4 years since they repaved it? Drivers are saying it's a different track every time. How do you prepare for something like that where it feels like you're going to not a new place necessarily, but that just there's certain things that are different about a track every time you go there?
Yeah, it's been the transition of year one. It was kind of like it was just super speedway light basically. Then year 2, you start to see like, I'm having to lift a little bit more into the corner, and now it's like handling is a big part of Atlanta. And Daytona, Talladega, you obviously don't want a bad handling race car, but you can be a little tight, a little loose, anywhere in between, and you're going to be okay. At Atlanta, handling it's basically a super an intermediate track, up to 110 now, and so I think. Going to be interesting to see how that continues to play out, but I think it's just kind of blending that the drafting style of the super speedways with the intensity of an intermediate mile and a half track.